Well, hello there, beautiful people. It is me, Jazzy Mack, and today's work from home opportunity is going to be for several different companies, including Cash App. We are going to be looking at a bunch of entry-level tech jobs, okay? Some of these jobs are going to start at $25 an hour. Some of them are going to go up into the six-figure range, okay? And these jobs are going to be fully remote. So I am excited for you all now. Super quick, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to all of you that have been landing jobs like crazy, everywhere from Nailnet to Cigna. Some of you have been getting jobs at Target. You've been getting jobs at Yelp. Like, listen, somebody owes me a paycheck for all of these jobs and all of these referrals I've been sending to these companies. Like, a lot of you are just getting jobs at places you never even dreamed of. And I am just so proud of you. I love it. I love it. I love it. You all are so amazing. Like, the list just goes on. Delta, you've been getting, I've had people that have been getting jobs at US Bank, UPS, like the list literally goes on. I am so proud of all of you. So let's get into today's opportunity. Now we're going to look at this Cash App opportunity, of course, because I need you to get paid the big bucks because the holidays are coming up and those babies need gifts. But what I got to do first is we're going to look at some other jobs because this is a special request. A lot of you have said, Jazzy, I've worked in HR before and I want to transition. How do I do that? Or a lot of you have said, Jazzy, I want to get into HR, but I don't have the HR degree. How do I get my foot in the door? So I wanted to specifically talk about some human resource jobs first, and then we're going to get into some tech jobs because guess what? Every tech company has an HR department, okay? And you do not need a degree in order to get into HR for a tech company or any company for that matter. So one of those ways that you can get that HR human resource experience is going to be by being in the contact center for HR. Okay. So Home Depot has an HR services contact center associate. Now, this person essentially would be someone that is going to work with employees that currently work for the company and answer their questions that they may have around things like, hey, I'm going to go on maternity leave. What do I need to do before I go on maternity leave? Or, hey, I'm just coming back from maternity leave. I need access to these systems again, or I'm going to need some new badge or something like that set up. How do I get that? So their job is to support the people that work for the company. They're not talking to customers. They're talking to employees. Now, I want to point out that this work location here, it says remote virtual. A lot of people get thrown off by that because they don't read. So it says an associate in a remote or virtual role is not required to work from a Home Depot location. And they refer to this as location independent. Okay. So if you wanted to go into an office, you would be going into this office. However, most of you don't want to go into an office. So this is still a remote virtual role. Okay. Now let's just talk about what this role looks like. It says you just got to be 18 years of age or older and be located in the United States. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this associate's degree is not a requirement. Having HR experience or call center experience is going to be what they are looking for, especially for those of you that have some case management experience. Okay. This is going to be perfect. Any type of, like, if you did where some of you have worked in like compliance, some of you have worked in like procurement, some of you have worked in social services, all of that kind of falls under case management, all that sort of stuff. Okay. So you don't need to have any additional education. Just 1 year of experience is all they are looking for, and to have some basic computer skills. Okay. And customer service and phone skills. So a lot of you have these skills already. Now, I don't have the exact salary for this position, but the last time I checked on Glassdoor, it said that it paid around $20 to $22 per hour. So that's pretty good for a contact center associate because Home Depot gives you benefits from day one. You get the salary. Sometimes they offer you a bonus. You also get stock in the company, which is just more free money. Okay. So this is how you get your foot in the door when it comes to human resources. Do not go back to college to get a human resources degree because that is not necessary to get a job like this. A lot of people will sit in this position for 6 months to a year. They become a human resources manager, or they might become a human resources partner as they work their way up in the company. And that's how they walk into those 6-figure salaries. Okay. You just got to be creative. Now, the next job that we have is going to be for Affirm. A lot of you have used Affirm to purchase things. A lot of you use it the same way that you use Amazon. Okay. It actually works on Amazon. It's basically buy now, pay later, right? So if you've never heard of Affirm, it is pretty easy to use. You just go put a bunch of stuff in your shopping cart, and then, you select the option that says pay with Affirm, and then you get a bill in the mail a few weeks later or a month later, right? So a lot of you have said, Jazzy, I want to work in fraud support, or I want to work in cybersecurity, or I want to work in compliance. Well, this job as a fraud analyst is actually going to touch on all of those things, okay? So it says Affirm is reinventing credit to make it more honest and friendly, giving consumers the flexibility to buy now and pay later without hidden fees or compounding interest. Now, what you're going to do is own the end-to-end workflow, including those success and performance metrics, and create dashboards and reports. You may work with some engineers to update data and things of that nature, right? But ultimately, as a fraud analyst, your job is going to basically look at things to track conversion and fraud, okay? To make sure that people are not being dishonest in the things that they are doing online as it relates to these sorts of accounts, okay? So this one is going to be a little bit more tech, I guess you could say tech heavy, because this is more like working on the back end. You're not talking to customers. You're looking at customer behavior to track fraud, but you're not speaking to customers. So in this position, they want you to have some experience in SQL because you might be looking at tables of data. You may have to run some queries to just basically track the behavior that they see as it relates to payment processing or transfer of funds, things of that nature. Okay. What I love about this job is what it pays. Now, if you were in California, Washington, New York, Connecticut, or New Jersey, you're going to make up to $175,000. All other states are going to make up to $157,000. Okay. So for those of you that have worked in any type of data analytics, you've worked in any type of fraud support, even if you don't have the SQL experience, you can at least familiarize yourself with it. Watch a couple YouTube videos to understand what queries are, how people run queries, what software they do to run queries, understanding what Toad is, which is what a lot of people use to run queries. I don't care that you don't have all the experience because the firm is still going to offer you some sort of training. You just need to be able to speak to what you did as it relates to, have you worked in security before? Were you responsible for keeping things confidential? Were you responsible for making sure certain things were locked away? Give them a story. Okay. Have you ever worked in trust and safety before? A lot of you have already worked in trust and safety. A lot of you have worked for a bank before. A lot of you have just done this stuff. So this position is out here. Yes, we've got the resumes already in your portal for you. Now, some of those more entry-level friendly jobs that actually say, hey, we provide training. We don't care what your background is. We're going to train you, would be for a company like Global Payments. Global Payments is pretty much responsible for helping merchants run their business. So they help merchants on the back end with like payment processing and just different features for their business to help them sell products. Okay. Commerce made easy, as they call it. So some of the positions that they've got out here are positions like the call center representative. This is a position that is about as entry level friendly as it gets. Yes, it's phones, but they actually train you, they provide equipment to you, and Global Payments is a global company and it is a very big name to have on your resume. So you're going to resolve basic tier 1 and account related issues. This could be people saying, hey, I need my card activated, or hey, I need to update my name and address. Things of that nature, nothing too crazy, nothing too hectic, okay? They are a 24/7 call center, so there's a lot of different shifts available. Some of you may want to work day shifts, some of you are going to want to work overnight. So make sure you specify with the recruiter which shift you're ultimately wanting to work, okay? And all you need to have is a high school diploma or a GED and call center experience, okay? And honestly, even if you don't have that call center experience, they send you through like 12 weeks of training, okay? So you're going to get the experience and the training that you need to be successful in this position. Now, I know it says Atlanta, but again, this role is fully remote. They've got a lot of different positions across the United States. They've got positions in Memphis, Louisiana, Dallas, Florida. It literally just goes all over the country, okay? Now, another position is the bilingual position. A lot of people ask me about bilingual jobs and those entry-level bilingual jobs. So this one is going to be also for Global Payments. And this is working kind of like in account management, where you have assigned clients, okay? So it is a phones role, but it's not the same as the one that we just talked about. This is also one that's kind of related to the whole cybersecurity, fraud support, because down here it says that you're going to assist people with losses and fraudulent activity. You may have to do some credit card replacement orders and things of that nature, right? So again, these are entry-level friendly. They will train you pretty much. You can apply if you work in the US. Some jobs have location-specific requirements. Other roles don't. So don't just look at these two jobs. You may want to come on this website and see specifically if there are other related roles that you want to look at, okay? Call center fraud specialist is another position that they have, okay? So now let's get into this Cash App opportunity, okay? Because everybody wants to work for Cash App and they pay well, they train well, they have a really great culture. When people work for Cash App, they typically stay there for multiple years, okay? So that's always a good sign. But the position that I am going to talk to you about is going to be the UUP specialist for Cash App. And what UUP stands for is Unacceptable Use Program. A lot of you have probably heard of these guidelines when you sign up for like Cash App that says this is how you're supposed to use the app. You can't use the app to like traffic victims. You can't use it for illegal purposes, things of that nature. Okay. So it says in this role, you will support the compliance operations team by conducting due diligence reviews on customers' accounts, inclusive of transactions. Okay. And you're going to collaborate with the compliance and risk team members to do so. So again, if there are people that have these large transactions every single day. They're transferring $10,000 and, they've got all this weird sort of account activity happening. Or there's somebody that always transfers money out of the country to people that, are located in weird destinations. You're looking at that to make sure that they are following the acceptable use program, or in this case, unacceptable use program. Okay. I want to point out that this is a 100% remote role in the US for anyone currently living in the US. Now, it does say Sacramento, California. Again, if you want to work in an office, Sacramento is where you'd have to be located. If you don't want to work in an office, then again, it's 100% remote because Cash App is a remote first company. Okay. So what you're going to do is verify customer information and conduct due diligence based on the customer's risk exposure. You're going to stay abreast of regulatory updates, things of that nature. There's that word, AML BSA, which stands for Bank Secrecy Act and Anti-Money Laundering or fraud related work. If you've ever worked in a bank, even if you work at Walmart, I've said this a million times before, when you work as a cashier at Walmart, they send you through that training, when you go to the back of the store and you're like watching those training videos for like 2 weeks before they put you on the register. A lot of that is BSA AML training that you're getting. So pay attention to those trainings because they can lead to you getting these higher paying jobs at companies like Cash App. Okay. Now, if you live in Zone A, you're going to make $41 to $50 per hour. Okay, that's easily $100,000 a year. Even Zone C, which is going to be like some of the southern states, $35 to $42 per hour. Okay, I did not mention that is just base salary. Some of you are going to get sign-on bonuses. Some of you are going to, I think every employee gets stock in the company as well. So you're going to easily be able to make $100,000 or more your first year working for Cash App. And yes, there's all these benefits that start from day one, your healthcare coverage, your paid parental and caregiving leave. Some of you take care of an elderly parent. Some of you might have a special needs kid that you're looking after. So there is caregiving leave and there is also paid parental leave for those of you that are getting ready to start a family, have a baby, things of that nature. There's sick leave, all this other great stuff included in their benefits package. So Cash App is just a great company to work for. Like, seriously, I just think they're probably one of the dopest companies that I've ever talked about, okay? And they're not paying me to say that. This is not a sponsored video. So let me know if you guys have any questions down below in the comment section. Congratulations to all of you people that have been landing these jobs. Like, y'all just make me so proud. Like, there's like thousands of you that have like left these comments. Like, you're getting paid to work at places like Discover, and a lot of you are working at Home Depot and Comcast and Amazon and Delta and CVS, Wayfair, Target, Walmart. The list literally goes on. So I am so proud of all of you. And let me know if you've got questions. I'm always here to help. Until the next time, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.